There's
Hi,
a little too
Ericka.
much background noise.
All right, and I'm ready now. All right, guys, I'd like to welcome you guys back to Let's Talk About It with Q. I'm listening. This is Kiana, and I have a guest on today with me, Erica. She's come on to talk a little bit about self care and about, um, being a supportive friend to people in her life that suffer from mental illness. Erica, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. A little tired, but that's mom life.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly. Life of a working mother at that.
That part.
Okay, well, now you said you have 2 friends in your life that suffer from mental illness, right?
Yes.
All right, would you like to share a little bit about each one's health issues or what you're or, if you don't know too much about their health issues, just how it may impact, um, you know, how it involves you?
Okay. Yeah. I'll start with my closest friend, my best friend that I've known at basically all my life. Um, she more so recently got diagnosed. Maybe it's been at least 5 years. Um, Again, I don't know exactly what it is, but
Yeah.
she does take medication. Um, she has very high anxiety. She suffers through
Oh,
long times of depression, and we have like a group chat of
yeah.
closest three or our close four, and every now and then we do mental checks. We'll just be like, all right, checking in, what's up,
Yeah.
because especially for her, because she feels like she's a bother, um, and so she doesn't want to bring her problems to us, and we're just like, girl, please, like that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, you know don't you're never a bother. It doesn't matter the day or
Exactly.
time. It doesn't matter the day or time. Like, we're here to make sure that you're well and everything. She does work part fullish time.
Okay.
She does work with children. She has her moments with them, but her job can be kind of overwhelming because the kids do have special needs.
Oh,
um,
okay. Okay.
yeah, so she'll work with like a 12-year-old who acts like a 6-year-old.
Oh gosh, yeah.
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 so
I
so
used to be a preschool teacher, so I know how that goes in the world of little kids in general, but then I used to also work at my children's elementary school, and we work with special needs kids too, so
yeah.
I definitely know it can be stressful.
Yes, so it can be stressful. More recently, she had mixed up her start time, and she was like freaking out about it, and I'm like, I get it, I do, but call first. Don't freak first.
Yeah, exactly.
Call and explain, and it all worked out in her favor. But when it comes to like us hanging out or anything, if she's feeling good, she won't take her medication, which, it's not like she goes wild,
Yeah.
but she feels like she can control it. Um, and, in times like that, I don't know the exact word I'm thinking of, but I applaud her,
Yeah.
that taking, the time to acknowledge what's going on and work, towards keeping it under control, working through it. I guess that's more
Yeah,
so what
yeah,
I'm trying to say.
exactly.
Working through it, like that's tough. So I do, give her like that. When we go out, she does have like social anxiety, which I do too. But
Yeah.
we goof our way through it, and it gets better as the time goes on.
That is very
Uh,
true.
yeah. My other friend, who we were coworkers, Um, her junior and high school year. So this was probably 10 years ago. And nothing was diagnosed then, but more recently she's come out over the few years of traumatic things that's happened to her,
Yeah.
um, from from her brother committing suicide,
Oh,
and then her mother passed. She
oh,
had um, um, gosh, I don't want to use that word, but sexual assault. She was
yeah.
assaulted.
Okay.
So in such a short period of time, where it got her very, very down.
Yeah.
She was She became dependent on drugs,
Oh,
and it was very, very bad for her. Never noticed. Like, you will see her post a picture on Instagram, and you'll be like, that looks a little off. But we all have our moments where we're
yeah.
all kind of off.
Yeah, exactly.
But and what again wasn't until more so recently where she basically, I forgot what month, whatever month it is, for mental illness. But she did a project, and she was transparent, she was open, basically going from incident one through everything till now.
Wow.
Yeah, and it made me cry. Like, that is like little sis,
Aw,
and and so I felt everything that she was getting out there,
yeah,
and it's just pouring positivity and love into her, letting her know that she matters, everything she's feeling is valid. Speak about it however however you can. She's in active therapy, so that's getting her through her days.
good.
Yeah.
That's good. It's really good to be a supportive friend and be able to be there for somebody. I know it can be, and I know you said that your one friend feels like she can be a bother at times. And I think it's really, really positive that you guys let her know that she's not a bother, because it can be rough out there for and mental health time, and to
Hmm.
think that it weighs heavy on your own shoulders, but then to feel like guilty about it weighing on somebody else's shoulders, but to know that those people don't feel that way about you, and they know that they're welcome with open arms.
Yeah.
So that's really, really good that you're a supportive friend like that. Now,
Absolutely.
Now, I want to talk a little bit about, well, no, not a little bit. I want to talk a lot about self care.
Yeah.
Um, just because I know you said like you guys have good mental health checks on each other and stuff like that. I think that's really healthy. I think that in our society, self care is something that used to be frowned upon. I think people are taking care of themselves more now. I think it was looked at before as like, oh, you're being selfish or you're
Hmm.
taking too much time out for yourself. And people didn't realize the importance of it. Do you
Right.
practice self care?
I do. To go into a little bit without going into too much, um, 2019, the end of that, I made an act of abstinence. To and for me, what that more so was discipline.
Yeah.
It comes like everything in life, you have to be disciplined about for the most
Yes.
part.
No, that's very true.
So learning how to say no, to put yourself first, um, and then in that time as it was going, just learning more about myself. What I like, what I don't like, my triggers. Because I've had stuff that happened in the past
Yeah.
before, and it's just taking control.
Mhm.
So with my self care, 2 nights a week, I'm like, it's all about me. Um, Wednesday nights, it's a little lighter
Mhm.
because of my work week and then having to get ready for school, getting the kids ready for school. But with me not having to work the next day, um, my self care is basically like, I'm in my room, I have like lights and candles, I take a nice long bath, with a good shower after, and it's just everything, you know, to make me feel better.
Yeah.
Um, and then, going into Thursday, which is my day off, it's cleaning the house, again, more scents, good music, and just clearing,
Yeah.
just clearing the house. Sundays, that's a little more in depth, but it's still along the same lines, washing off the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I was doing a lot of journaling, um, more so like manifesting
Okay.
and just writing as if things are what they, as if those things are what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
Whether it's having a good day at work, making sure my kids are happy, I'm happy, you know, like, I have a business, so writing about business things, and that helps, put my mind in a more open and um, positive mind frame.
Yeah. Now, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of business do you have?
I bake.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I remember your pictures on Instagram. They
Yep.
look awesome.
Yep.
Yeah. If you wanna, hey, if you wanna shout out any kind of whatever, you feel free to. Cause
Oh, hey, yeah.
yeah.
I'm a what is it called? Oh gosh, I can't even think of the word. But I bake from scratch, so everything is homemade. Cookies, cakes, custom decorating for cakes. I do small party setups as well.
Oh wow. Oh, that's awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
This will be my fifth year.
Oh, okay. How'd you get into it?
I've always had a thing for baking. Back when I was younger, like holidays with my mom, she did all the cooking. I was always the one baking. So I think that might kind of be what got me more into it. She passed 6 years ago, and it's
Oh,
just still that one connection that I have with her.
yeah.
So it was, I like this. I enjoy this as actually a part of my self care. Like I get in the kitchen, music's up, the kids already know what the deal is.
Out of
And
the way.
yep, out of the way. Please don't come in the kitchen.
Aw. Now, and what do you what do you feel like some of the benefits for you are from practicing self-care? Like what do you get from it?
Again, just being of more aware of myself. Like I said, things that trigger me, um, and just knowing that things that I do want to do and things that I don't want to do. So I know I can say no to things, and I don't even have to explain myself. I used to have a problem with that. If I wanted to say no, I would keep going and explain why. And it's like, I don't have to. No is enough. And so that was the major thing. And also realizing that people's reactions to my responses that's on them and it's not on me. Um, that's probably the two main things. It's doing more of what makes me happy, which, on things that aren't harmful. Uh, um, but yeah, that's more so what it is when it comes to self care, just doing more to take the weight off your shoulders, lighten up. Your mic's off.
There, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, got it. I was on mute. Didn't realize that. Um, so what are some of the things that you feel like that could be barriers that might get in the way of your self-care sometimes? Like challenges that you have to say, "You know what? I gotta stop," um, or, "This is too much for me. It's not gonna be this is interfering with my self-care." Like barriers in life, I guess you would say.
um, Time.
Yeah. Big
It's time.
yeah, that's a big one.
Because you can have your schedule set, and next thing you know, you can be thrown something, and everything just goes from that. Mm, like I know the one adjustment that I've had to make was my kids getting into bowling. They're in a bowling league.
Oh, okay, cool.
Um, so I mean, their actual like practice days are only on Saturdays, but their father comes and takes them throughout the week, and it's not set days and times.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so it's like, shooting from the hip might work for you, but that doesn't work for me. In order for this to work, well, not so much this to work, but in order for me to be able to, schedule myself time,
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yeah. A schedule. A schedule
Yeah,
helps a lot.
schedules.
Believe me, I know. I know how that goes. All right, well, um, basically, I just want to share a little bit about the kind of what we talked about and just kind of reiterate it out there for the listeners. So, um, self care really is anything you can do to take care of yourself so you can stay physically, mentally, and emotionally well. Um, some it's supposed to promote positive, healthy outcomes. Um, it reduces our stress definitely. Um, and in fact, if you're really doing good self care, like eating a healthy diet, finding exercise activities, getting a good night's sleep, it can help you even live longer too.
Hmm.
Um, and some of the barriers we speak about barriers of self-care, some of the barriers also, besides, I know you said time constraints can get really really in the way. And then earlier I mentioned how there was a stigma before on people taking care of themselves, like like it was an act of selfishness. So some people feel guilty and feel like they should not be doing self-care, which is definitely wrong,
Hmm.
because it's very very important to take care of yourself. So some people, making those changes isn't easy. They have to adopt self-care practices and get them in the workings. Just putting a routine. I think that's one of my things, is getting the routine of doing the self-care.
Hmm.
Because I'll do a
Absolutely.
really good job of like trying it a couple times, and then it just gets lost in the schedule of the children, or lost in the schedule of my house, or taking care of my mom, or something like that.
Yep.
And I definitely need to take more time to do self-care. And then I think also self-care can even like be going out and having a good time with your friends.
Oh
That
yeah.
can definitely be a form of self-care. What are some activities that you and your friends do together that you would count as self-care?
So, like the friends that I mentioned, they live over an hour away, so I don't see them as often.
Okay.
But one of my mom friends, she's about 45 minutes away. As a matter of fact, last week, I had free time and I hit her up. I was like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "Want some company?" Like, "Sure." And we just had a mom's night. You
Oh, that's
know,
nice.
yeah, it was just a mom's night. Music going. We had a couple of drinks,
Yeah.
and it was just freedom. Like we have poles, for exercise and fun like that. So she has
Yeah.
one, and we were just having
Oh,
a
that's
carefree.
awesome.
Yeah, we were just having a carefree time. And like the next day, we was just like, that was really needed.
Like we really really needed that.
Like mom's night in, that
Yeah.
it was really good. We I think I was there for probably about 4 hours.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, it,
That's some
like
good self-care time.
exactly. Again, you get caught up in life, kids, and she works two jobs,
Oh my
and
gosh.
yeah, so it was like that those few hours were definitely needed. So there is that. I'm getting back into working out. All last year I didn't, and I felt it. Like it just everything just felt so down and bad and heavy.
Yeah.
So I have been working out more, and actually, and even posting that, um, posting like my workouts and stuff, and people are actually, applauding me, and they say I'm motivating. So I'm like, oh, okay, that makes me, feel good. Like I'm doing
Yeah.
this for me, but it's
It's
helping
helping
someone
others,
else.
exactly.
Exactly. So those two things for sure. And then yeah, when I do have the energy, just tapping more so into mom friends.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, no, you're right about that.
yeah,
It is good to have a nice crew of mom friends if you can,
yeah.
because I think it helps to know that you're all going through the same thing, kind of, and
Hmm.
everybody knows that they need that downtime. And I think as a mom, you don't really do a lot of good self care.
Yeah.
You can let it slip away from you really easily, very quickly.
No, you absolutely can. My one friend, she just had a baby week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, but during her pregnancy, it was like weighing down on her a lot. She was really tired. You could tell in the house and stuff. So, a couple times when I went over and I've noticed the house needed some help,
Yeah.
I was like, I just jumped in and did it for her. You know why?
Aw.
We need that.
Exactly. No, sometimes you do.
you
That's definitely
know,
true, and that's a good friend right there.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was like,
that's really good.
if this can help you, rest more, then so be it. Because when she comes over here and stuff, she would do the same. Like she would cook if I didn't feel like it. So
Exactly. Yeah. It takes a village sometimes.
it does.
Yeah. Um, well, now I just wanted to also reiterate about your friends. And so growing up with your one friend that had her issues, um, did she have to be like, what was her, what am I trying to say? Did she see a therapist when she was younger, or did she have to get care for her problems when she was younger? You said you've known her your whole life, right?
Hmm.
Did she always have those issues, or did they come about later on?
I believe it came about later on. I mean, you gotta remember, like when we're younger and teenage and stuff, we're just always on
Yeah,
the
we're
go.
always angsty. Yeah.
We're always moving, so nothing really stood out. Um, but I do know that she mentioned her mom getting her journal when she was younger, and yeah, I just knew about a journal. Don't No therapy was brought up, but yeah, like I said, when we were younger, nothing stood out. We It was always a fun time. Panic attack here or there,
Yeah.
but that, that's about all that I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. And you said she takes she does on and off with her medication now?
Yeah, like she takes it, pretty regularly. But if there's times where more so, if she feels like she's going to be drinking,
Oh, okay. That's
yeah,
smart. Yeah, that's very smart.
yeah. If she
Yeah,
feels like
that's
she's
very
going to be
smart.
drinking, she'll mentally prepare herself
Yeah.
and she'll say, I'm not. She's like, hey guys, FYI, I'm not. I didn't take my meds because of the high chance of alcohol.
Yeah.
And it's just like, thank you. So that way we know,
Yeah, exactly. To watch
how we
out for
need to
her.
navigate.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, that's good. That's really good.
Yeah.
Um, well, let's see. So, I asked a couple people in the community who live with mental illness to tell us like what makes a good friend, and a couple people said, um, give somebody a hug and just let them vent. Treat you the way you did before I became ill. Ask me what I need and give me the time to answer. I don't know. Educate yourself. I think that's a good one for friends to do. Educate yourself about what your friend is going through so you can be there for them more. I think that's very helpful.
Definitely.
And yeah, no, that's pretty much it for that. Um, let's see. Is there anything else you can think of, like self-care wise that it's important?
Getting outside in
Ah,
fresh
that's a
air.
good one. That's a really good one.
Getting outside in fresh
Yes.
air. My family, we're all from the country, like across the Bay Bridge. I don't know if you're familiar with like the Kent Island area.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my family is mainly from there. So there was a lot of outside.
Oh, yeah, I
Growing
bet.
up, yeah, growing up, all we knew was outside. Even still now, like we lived on a farm when I only had two kids and they were like 2 and 3, and they would go outside and feed the horses. They would go
Oh,
look at
that's
the
cool.
chickens, and it's just being outside. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
Taking walks, not yeah, walk down on the sidewalk is fine, but if you can get to a park
Yeah.
and just more
Go where
into,
nature is.
yeah, go where nature is, go sit next to water and just listen, and just watch the ducks swim. It's very peaceful and calming.
Yeah. Yeah, especially near the water. That's one big thing
Yes.
I've always loved is being at the beach,
Yes.
the waves and stuff.
Yeah, like when we're at the beach, I'm normally the one that sleep. Because I just find it so peaceful.
Yeah, it's so relaxing.
It is. I know, with winter and seasonal depression, it's very hard to get
Mhm.
outside. First thing I do, when I wake up, all the shades are open.
Yep. Yep, exactly.
Letting that
Let that
natural
light
light.
in.
Yes, let the
Yes.
light in. It's a mood enhancer.
It is. It's rejuvenating.
It is. When grandma comes in and she visits, she likes it dark, and I'm like, this is depressing. I gotta get outside.
Exactly. Everybody in my house always wants to leave the lights off and everything, and I'm like, "But it's so dark and depressing in
Yeah,
here."
my kids are like that. They go turning lights off. I'm like, what are
Yeah,
you doing? But
exactly.
and that's why I stay in my room because it's always well lit.
That's too funny. You said your kids do bowling. Was there anything else they do, or is that what they're doing now is bowling?
So it's actively just bowling. Um, they all want to start getting into different stuff. My daughter, she wants to go back into gymnastics. Um, my oldest boy, he wants to do football, and the youngest, he didn't really mention much of anything. Like bowling is his
Yeah.
thing. Like
Aw.
yeah, like that's his thing. You know, he'll be in the hallway like practicing all day. All you
Oh,
keep
that's
hearing is
funny.
just boom, boom. I'm like, what is that? And it's the ball, hitting the walls. And I'm like,
Oh my
all right,
gosh.
if it's making you happy
Exactly.
and
Do
you're
your
not breaking
thing.
anything, exactly, do
Hone your
your thing.
craft.
Exactly. Um, but yeah, more so like that. Getting them outside again, bikes, scooters, hoverboards.
Yep.
You know, I'll look for them thinking that they're on a skateboard, and I see one of them up in a tree, and I'm just looking like, I'm not going to stop you, but just,
Exactly. Just be careful, but I'm not going to
just
stop you.
yeah, I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, that is good. It's really important to get that fresh air too. I think
Yes.
it's important to have that interconnection time with everybody too.
Yeah. That I guess that's another part of it. Even on times where I'm tired and everything, Saturday nights I dedicate to us having movie night.
Oh, that's good.
So that's basically no dinner, whatever junk food they want to eat.
Awesome.
We have a projector, so it's up on the wall, nice and big,
Awesome.
and we just sit and bond as a family, just watching movies, and it's good for them, it's good for me. We all tap into each other, um, and then try to do a game night, a couple nights out the month.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we used to
So
do game night too. Game night's fun.
it is very fun until someone thinks the other's cheating, and
Exactly.
and it's like, okay,
Like, all
let's take a
right, we're gonna
break.
take a break.
Yes, we're gonna take
Exactly.
a
Take a
break.
break for game night. That's funny. Oh, well, yeah. So now, do you do a healthy diet too in terms of self-care? I'm not saying like you have to be like the healthiest, but I know that eating a healthy diet can sometimes count as health care or some
Yeah,
self-care.
right. Yeah. Um, Healthy-ish.
Yeah.
It's healthy-ish. I mean, when you're on the run, go, go, go. Yeah, you grab the chicken nuggets and the French
Oh
fries.
yeah, definitely.
But for the most part, try to do more cooking at home, making sure, vegetables are there.
Yeah.
When the kids scream that they're hungry, first thing I say is grab a banana. There's
Yep.
fruit in there. The baby, the 5-year-old, he loves carrots.
Oh, that's good.
So when we're at the grocery store, he has to grab the baby carrots. I don't stop him.
Yep, let him go
um,
for him.
exactly. Strawberries, like that's one reason why I had to run to the store earlier was my kids ate the strawberries that I needed for the order. And I'm like, okay, I can't get mad,
Yeah.
um,
Like,
but
it's a good thing, but I still needed the strawberries.
yeah, exactly. But one thing here, we do not do sodas. And juice is very limited.
Yeah.
So it's always water. And they are like fish. They love the water.
Yep,
They
that's my
get on
kids
me.
too.
They get on me sometimes. Like,
Yep.
when
Aren't
do
you
you
drinking
drink
enough
water?
water?
I'm like,
Yep.
okay.
That's how it is over here too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's more so, healthy-ish,
Yeah.
about 70-30.
That's not bad. That's a good score.
Yes.
That's a good score, definitely.
Sorry, I gotta step away. They're
Oh no,
banging at my
yeah,
door.
yeah, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Oh, the children. Yes, yes, yes. I told you I'm working. Why are you banging on the door? Can you put the mac and cheese in there? Yes. Did you put the fish sticks in? No, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. Y'all the ones claiming you hungry. All right. I thought they been ate.
That's so funny. What
Self-sufficient
time?
children.
Yes. What time do they do bedtime?
9.
Okay, yeah, that's what that's
Yeah,
service over here.
yeah. I try to keep it at 9. Sometimes it goes till 10, depending on what we do. But
Yeah, that's same over here. It's like between 9 and 10. My
yeah.
10 cuz my daughter's 10 and my son's 12.
Hmm.
So he came to me and asked me, "Oh, can I stay up a little bit later than my sister
Oh.
now cuz I'm older?" So I gave him a little bit more time up. I was like, "As long as you get your bathroom stuff done at the end of the night, like you can
Yeah,
have some extra time, that's fine. And as
yeah.
long as you like aren't cranky and you get up and do your stuff in the morning, then I'm cool with that."
Yep. I'm kind of pretty much the same way. I'm like, look, just go in the room. Eventually, you'll fall asleep.
Exactly.
But all I hear is a bunch of chatter coming out the room. So I'm like, all right, just don't come out unless you have to go to the bathroom. But you're
Exactly.
waking up. But you're waking up at 7:30.
Exactly, no matter what, you're getting up. Ooh, 7:30? That's nice. So you gotta wake up at 6 over here. Well, 6 and
Ooh,
6:30. Yeah, it's rough. It's
yeah.
rough. They have
I'm
to be in school at 8 o'clock.
see. I know their bus comes at 8:40, 8:45. So
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
I set the
Nice.
alarm for 7:30, but nobody really rolls out of bed until 8:15. But like I tell them, look, as long as you're out that door, oh
Exactly.
well.
Exactly, as long as you get it done.
Hmm.
Oh gosh. Well, in terms of, so okay, so let's talk a little bit about, um, do you find yourself ever suffering from anything like anxiety or anything like that, like or stress in the workplace or anything like that?
Yes. There has been a couple of times where I was losing it at work. Um, Things at outside of work were just getting very very tough, and I was working by myself this one day, and I was trying to control everything, like the heart, the chest tightening and the
Mhm.
hyperventilating,
Oh gosh, yeah.
and I just couldn't. I had to lock the door, go in the back, and I just had to let it out.
Yeah.
Um, and it is what it is. Like, work will manage; it will be okay.
Exactly, exactly.
It's one of those moments I had to put me first.
Yep.
But when it was over, I called one of my coworkers who, I'm close with outside of work as well. And I explained and everything. So after about 45 minutes, I was well enough to continue with the work day. But yeah, there have been times, was it probably about a few years ago before I came here? So about 4 years ago,
Mhm.
I had a very bad incident where I could not make it to work, and it was to a point where it was kind of going back and forth with the DM, and I was like, look, and actually I couldn't even call them. Like, I had to have my kid's father call them, and he's like, she's not coming into work. Like,
Yeah.
she cannot. She's having a very bad morning,
Yeah.
and she needs her time. Um, and it's but so yeah, I was like 4 years ago, and then more recently, maybe like last month, I had to lock the door again and go to the back, take my time,
Yeah.
and it's you just, like I said, sit in it, you feel it, and you breathe through it,
Yep.
and you call for help if you need it. Um,
Exactly. That's very
um,
true.
and I will say this, my coworker, he's familiar with a lot of this as well, because he has his own moments. And, I can even just go to him and be like, look, I'm not having a good time right now. I need to go away for a little bit, go take a nap or something, and I'll keep you updated. And he's like, look,
Yeah.
I get it. Go take care of you.
That's
And
good.
it is.
It's good to have supportive coworkers. It's very good.
Yes, very.
Now, do you think that being in your work environment is stressful, like in general? Because you work like you work at the extra space storage, right? Or
Right.
excuse me, extra space storage. I can never
Yeah.
say the word right. And I know that complaints of people can probably get to you after a while. I'm sure because I know
Mhm.
I have a rental unit and I know how it goes.
Yeah.
I know that it could be very very stressful.
Yeah. Yeah. There are moments where I feel like I can, tackle whatever comes to me during the day. But after so many, it's like I'm beat. Like I'm ready to take my break. And it's only 11 o'clock. And
Oh gosh.
we only been here for 2 hours. But when you do have people complaining, more so right now, it's their rates. They're going up drastically. And, they're just coming in one after another after another. And, they're like, look, I know it's not you, but this isn't fair. And they'll just go off, and you're trying to calm them down. And then at the same
Yeah.
time, you let them vent before you start talking.
Yeah.
That's when like the customer service, like training and de-escalation
Yeah.
comes in. And it's like, on a normal day, de-escalation is cool. But if you're already beat, about time you get to that fifth complaint of the day, you're like, look, I hear you and I don't care.
Yeah. Like I can't do anything for you.
Like this is all I got. So it's take it or leave it at this point. But there are times where it can be overwhelming. Auctions, that can be taking a toll because some people are losing,
Yeah.
their life, things that are sentimental to them. Like we actually have urns just sitting around from someone's unit who sold
Really?
an auction.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it's like, one, why do you have urns in there?
Yeah,
But
right?
but outside of
Definitely.
that, if you knew they were in there, you
Yeah, we
know,
think you would have made it your business to get to those.
exactly, we have options where we can help you keep your stuff.
Yeah.
And that's, more so being, human and having feelings and understanding. It's
Yeah.
like, look, I don't want you to lose your stuff. This is what we can do. And
Try to
some
work with
people,
you.
yeah, it's like we're trying to work with you now. But yeah, the auctions, I wouldn't say auctions are stressful, but it can take a toll emotionally, especially once you know what's inside of it. You see baby pictures and obituaries and stuff like that, and it's
Yeah.
it gets to
Yeah.
the heart.
I bet. That would get to my heart too.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yep. We have some tenants there who need storage because, someone's passed and they need somewhere to put the stuff. Or, someone has a unit here already and then their daughter is calling and they say that they're passed, and they're like, we do build connections with our tenants.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, 3 weeks ago, this lady's ex-husband called in, and I'm like my heart dropped. I'm like, I
Oh.
was wondering why she hasn't called me back. I know her situation,
Yeah.
but I was not expecting this. And it's like, look, I will do whatever I can to make sure that, we can make this as less problematic for you
Yeah.
guys, as possible. And, again, get my coworker on the same page because he was familiar with her. And he was like, whatever it is that we need to do. So it does
Oh.
have its moments.
Yeah, I bet. I bet. I definitely bet. Oh. Well, gosh. Yeah, no, I know how that is because I mean, the job that I have right now, I do home health care for my mom, but I was a
Oh,
dog walker for a long, long time, and that was
no.
stressful in itself. It was fun, except
Yeah.
a lot of the owners would be home, which would be kind of weird. Because I'm like, why am I here walking your dog when you're here capable of walking a dog yourself? But okay,
Oh,
sure.
yeah. It's like, I guess.
I guess if that's what you need me to do. But yeah, that was definitely stressful in itself at times because of that. It
Oh,
used to give me such high anxiety when the owners were home.
really?
Yes, I don't know why it would bother the heck out of
I
me.
used to I used to want to be a dog walker because I love animals and I love dogs. But then thinking about it, these people want you to walk their dogs at like 6 or 7. I'm like,
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
exactly a
yeah.
morning person.
No, yeah, no, not at all. It's really that's what I did. I would always stick with the afternoon walks. I would definitely stick with the afternoon walks because in the
Yeah.
morning time it was too much. My
Yeah.
oldest daughter, I have a daughter who's 22 and she does dog walking too, and
Oh,
she's out there like at 6 o'clock in the morning walking dogs.
it's dark
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly.
it's
It's too
cold.
dark. Exactly, it's cold and dark. These are not conditions to be walking dogs in.
No, not for me
These are
anyway.
definitely not. Definitely not.
Mm-mm.
Oh. Well, in terms of so overall, would you say that you have any or there like self-care things that you would want to get more into? Like do you feel like you're do you feel like you're doing adequate self-care or do you feel like you need to do more for yourself?
Um, I would say adequate, but the thing is that I felt off from a lot of things. So just getting back into that, again, more so like the 2 nights a week that I was
Yeah.
explaining. Again, like I said, I have a pole, so I'll just go over there and just be free and whatever's on my mind. I don't have a yoga mat, but there's this towel that I have with
Yeah.
elephants on it. Elephants are my favorite animal.
Awesome.
And then there, the symbolism with them,
Yeah.
it speaks to me as well. So I have that towel in front of a mirror and I do mirror work.
Oh, okay.
And, it's more so just looking at yourself and speaking, affirmations.
I
Um,
like that.
that it is very, very helpful because you don't realize how much, if you're scrolling on social media all day,
Mhm.
you're taking a lot of things in subconsciously and it can make you feel inadequate. And you just have to pause and be like, wait a minute. And so sitting in front of the mirror, like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mirrors in my room.
Oh wow, that's nice.
So, every now and then just stop, look at the mirror, do something, say something that feels good to you, sounds good. And it definitely helps. Like after, my shower, my bath and showers, I'll sit like on my counter and I'm just staring in the mirror and just being goofy, having fun,
Yeah.
just being in the moment. So, getting back into all of that
Yeah,
was
I think
is
being in the moment
definitely.
is definitely was one that needs to be done more. I think that um, everyone's so worried about like what's going to happen or what has happened instead
Hmm.
of just being in the moment of what is happening.
Yes, exactly.
Aw, well, I got to get ready to wrap it up. Usually, what I like to do is I like to give a quote or something like that. Um, hold on, let's see if I can find the quote that I want to give. Um, let's see. All right, the most valuable support you can provide is just being there to talk and listen. Making time to call, text, visit, or invite someone over can make a big difference. Mental health problems can be misunderstood. Simply acknowledging your friend's problem, accepting them, and treating them with compassion is important. And I would say that you sound like you definitely do that with your friends. Um, Shout outs to Jake Dante at Colompton Social Club and Tiana Taylor at Tiana underscore Taylor underscore BJJ. And thank you so much for being a guest, Eric. I really appreciate it. I
And
hope you had
thank
a
you for
good
having
time.
me.
Oh, yeah,
I
no
did.
problem at all. Yeah, no, thanks for talking with me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, of
All
course.
right. Well, you have a good night. All
Thank
right.
you, and you as
And
well.
all right, you too. Take care.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.